Welcome to Computer Retro Bus. In this episode, we are looking at a machine that was donated to the channel, but this one is very special. This is actually a machine I built for a very good friend of mine 20 years ago. So I got in touch with him. He had this in storage. He said, "Hey, do you want it?" And I said, "Yes, I absolutely do." So what we'll do is open it up, have a look at what's inside, what's the condition, and see if we can get it back up and running. So I built this for a good friend of mine who was a pilot, who was actually training to be a pilot back in the day, and he really wanted a beefy box to run Microsoft Flight Simulator X. So I built this beast of a machine for him back in the day, and he's a commercial pilot now, so it all worked out for him. He flies for one of the big airlines in Europe. So he was back in town, and we were just chatting, and I said, "Oh yeah, I've got a retro channel." I said, "Oh, actually, I've got that old box that you built for me. Do you want it?" And I said, "Hell yeah." So I've got it back. We'll open it up, have a look at what's inside, because I can't remember even building this thing, and see if we can get it back up and running. Now, just to start off, this has got such a smell to it because it's spent probably the last decade in a storage container. So it's got a real musty, moldy, horrible smell. So I'm almost too scared to open it up and have a look at what's inside, but we'll get it open, cleaned up, and see if we can get this system back up and running. Stick around. Okay, so let's have a look at what is inside. Oh my, it is, whoa, it's quite dusty. It doesn't look it, but it is quite a bit dusty, and it's got a real, been in storage for a while, smell to it. So, looks like we have an Asus P5W-DH Deluxe. Very nice, top of the line motherboard, looking really good. I'm not sure what the CPU is. All the RAM banks are full, which is looking good. Let's have a look at this video card. So it's got the power. Let's get that guy out and have a look at what we're working with. Oh, these freaking these little clips they have at the bottom that you gotta push to the side to get the card out. Otherwise, I've snapped so many of those off. Come on, buddy. I mean, especially when it's a thick card, you can't get your finger down underneath it to unclip it. These things here. Let's have a look. Oh, wow. Look at that. That is awesome. 7950 GT. This is a monster. Top of the line. This is the best of the 7000 series. Freaking awesome card. I remember now, he wanted a really beast of a machine because he was running Microsoft Flight Simulator. And he really wanted the best card he could get at the time. He was training to be a pilot at the time. He is a full commercial airline pilot now. So you know what? I think it served him pretty well. So what I'll do is clean that up. I'll get this off, give it some fresh paste, and just dust out all that fan. But yeah, this is awesome, awesome find. What I might do is I'll probably just unscrew everything, get everything out, clean it up, and then we'll have a look at what sort of CPU we got. Now these are great. I loved these where you just plugged everything into a little connector, and then this just plugged straight into the motherboard, nice and easy. Much easier than looking up the old manuals to figure out which ones went into which little pin. This looks like a beautiful motherboard. I mean, it is the Deluxe. Deluxe is always good. So it looks like everything's unplugged. So I'll start unscrewing that motherboard. Let's get it out and have a look. Okay, let's have a look. Yeah, okay, we've got movement. Movement's good. Oh, there we go. All right. Very nice. I've got a feeling it's going to be a Core 2. That's looking good. So this is the Deluxe. So it's got all these extra stuff. It's even got a Wi-Fi card built in. Pretty cool. 6-channel audio, no doubt. Dual LAN, USB, eSATA. Very cool. Firewire, optical out. And look at this. It's got a little cooler fan for the North Bridge. Very nice. Yeah, look at these lovely, beautiful heat sinks. It's a copper or goldish sort of. These copper heat sinks look great. Okay, so yes, it has got the cool black on one side, blue on the other. This was their Stack Cool 2 technology, which was all about I think having a big copper ground plane that would take the heat from the motherboard and take it to the front or something like, I'm not sure of the exact specifications, but it was about keeping the motherboard cool. So I think what I want to do is take the cooler off, maybe these chipset coolers as well, just renew the paste on all of them, as well as that video card. Okay, so I've got the case outside. I'm just going to brush it all out and clean it up. It has got the stankiest warehouse smell that's just horrible, and I don't think my wife wants this smell in our house. Ironically though, the power supply looks brand new. Look at this. Not a speck of dust in those fan blades. I don't know how that's possible. Looks like it just came out of the factory. We've got to get these fan out because it looks absolutely filthy. Oh yeah, it's not looking good, is it? So yeah, looking good, almost there. I just like to wipe the inside out with a bit of wet wipes. But yeah, always be careful around here because there's always sharp, jaggy bits. I have cut my fingers before. The last thing you need is something infecting you from who knows where, infecting you with God knows what. Yeah, looking all better. So all my parts are cleaned. Just need to put it all back together now. Look at this. This is a legendary card. 7950. Beast of its time. So what I'm going to do is just give this guy a bit of a cleanup. I'll take the heatsink off, take the fan out, just get it all dusted out. Make sure it's nice and clean. Give it some fresh paste as well. Okay, there we go. Didn't give us too much trouble, which is excellent. So yeah, here we go. Got the copper base for the GPU and got some thermal pads for the memory as well. Look at that, what a card. Lovely. Let's clean that GPU off. It's got a bit of dust in here as well, so I'll just get all that off as well to its full glory. Okay, so let's get this cooler open and clean that out. There we go, heavier duty here. Bit of IPA and a toothbrush maybe. Okay, got it all off. Let's see how bad it is. That's not too bad at all, is it? That's pretty good. All right, give it a quick brush out. Okay. All right, so I got it pretty clean as I can get it anyway. But yeah, oh my God, all these metal, like tiny little metal shards, all sorts of stuff came out of this. So it's pretty messy. So I'm just gonna clean this up and then we'll start putting this GPU back together. Oh my. Okay, and don't forget to put the power back in. We want that fan to spin. Okay, onto our motherboard. Deluxe motherboards were always awesome. This is something else. Yes, so yeah, let's have a look at what sort of CPU we've got underneath this. I must say though, the motherboard, when I turn the back, it feels like, and it's hard to probably see on camera, but it just feels like this CPU area is sort of bulging a bit. Okay, let's see what we got. Let's see what we're working with. Okay, it looks like an Intel, as I suspected, Intel Core 2 Duo 6400. So the question is, do I dare try to replace the thermal paste on these north bridges and south bridges? I've had varying degrees of success when I try to do these things, but get this fan off first. Okay, there we go. That is a little bit clogged up, so I'll brush that out of there as well. This is solid copper, very nicely built. You know what, I'll attempt to give it a go, why not? Let's see how we go. So I'll take this chip cooler off. This may be easier than I thought. Or maybe not. Oh no. Oh no. Yeah, this is not, definitely, it is not budging. No, not budging at all. You know, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. I'm gonna leave it alone. I'll put it back in. No point in risking damaging the board. I'll just leave it alone. No. Oh yeah. No. I do wonder if I'm not sure if it's just thermal paste gone really hard or if they are thermal epoxied in. You wouldn't think so because they got pins. Normally if they have pins, they're not glued in, but they are not budging at all. So again, I'm not going to tempt fate. I'll just leave it alone. Okay then, so what I'm going to do is I'll just take this fan off, clean it all up, clean the bottom, and then we'll get this back on with some fresh thermal paste and start getting it all back into the case. So yeah, see there's quite a bit of dust in there. I'll take that outside and give that a clean. All cleaned up, let's get it back on. So this was a pretty typical spec computer for 2006. You know, the E6300, 6400 were pretty much it, and the Athlon X2s were the other competitor. Average RAM was about 1 to 2 gig. This has got 4, which is, you know, much above the regular spec. But, you know, it was used for flight simulators, so I can see why he bumped up the RAM. I've put these things on a million times, but always, like, which way does that arrow go? This way or that way? I don't know. Well, there you go. I think they're supposed to point in, then you plug it in. All right, let's go. We're gonna figure it out. We're gonna figure it out. Okay, so I've got the initial ones through. Now just push these. Or do we? Yeah, there we go. Oh, these are fun. I've put these in so many times, but I always forget. By the time I get around to doing one again, I've forgotten how I did it the last time. Okay, are we ready to go back in the box? All right, so here's the case. Still got a little bit of musty smell to it, unfortunately. Don't know. I've done the best I can. Hopefully, maybe the airflow over time might get rid of it. Don't know. But anyway, I'll get the motherboard back in. And this is where I love this. This thing's great. It's all plugged in. You just put it all in one go. There we go. Let's get this tough guy back in there. Get the power supply back in. Got a Seagate 500 gigabyte, 7200 RPM Barracuda. So I'll get that in there. Okay, it's all back together. Got it all plugged in. Let's make sure it's gonna boot. Let's have a look. No, right, power. Good, good. Got some sounds, some spinning noises, some video. Yeah, video is good. Awesome. Oh, look at that. Look at that. It's got one of those BIOSes that counts, video BIOSes that counts the RAM. How cool is that? Lead tech. There we go. All right. Of course, BIOS battery is naturally gone. So we're going through the BIOS. Yep, it's 2002. Wow. All right, cool. So look, we've got our optical drive and the hard drive detected. So let's go ahead and install an operating system. All right, system's all up and running, which is great. Now I'm going to give it a go with a couple of games. I'm going to start with Grid. Now this is a game that came out much later. This is a 2008 game. This system is very much centered around 2006. Okay, so let's see how we go with Grid. I remember having this on my Xbox 360 with my driving wheel. This was so good. All right, let's have a look at our graphics settings. Oh, this is pretty damn high. I think it might struggle at this. This is full HD. Let's go down to 720p and see how we go. Let's go. Good old GTR. All right, frame rate, not too bad. Not too bad. So this is a pretty advanced game. About a year after this video card came out, but this is running really good. Whoa, I've lost it already. Now let's get back on that track. I chose a four-wheel drive car so I'd have a bit more traction and try and compensate for my terrible driving. But this looks awesome. Frame rates are pretty good too. Look at these graphics. Wow, this is amazing. This was just a huge leap. Pull it back, pull it back. Oh no, my doors come off. Oh, yeah, look at these graphics. Look at the light. Volumetric lighting, very nice. Does have that dreaded bloom though. Oh, bloom. It's just over the top. I really need to. It just washes everything out. Look at it. It's ridiculous. I should have really disabled it. It just kills your frame rate and just washes everything out. But yeah, otherwise these graphics are awesome, and that frame rate is pretty damn good too. It feels very nice and responsive. This card is doing really well. Oh, my driving, however, is not doing well. Oh man, clearly I'm not familiar with this track whatsoever. It's been so long since I last played this game. Yep, take photos, guys. Take photos of my car. Smash the bits. Yeah, but the graphics, oh wow, this looks so good. This looks so good. Plays pretty damn good too. This is one of those games that, you know, at the start you sort of set a driver profile and then you set your name as well. And there's it's got pre-built names in there. So if you're lucky enough to have a pretty common name, I guess, it's in there. And yep, mine just keeps telling me, hey, William. Okay, William, you're a bit banged up, but you're doing all right. Keep going. Trying to give me a bit of moral boost. Not sure how well it's doing me. And look, I mean, if you did buy a top of the range card, which this was the absolute top of the top for the 7000 series, it did fare you well, obviously, for the next couple of years. Whereas, you know, people like myself who are more at the mid end or budget end would just barely get you along, really. They might get you playing the games of the year that it came out, but the next year you knew you were in trouble. Yeah, this game looks great. Very good. So yeah, it's a great little system. This is awesome. All right, let's move on to another game. Oh God, you know what? I'll tell you one thing. This computer has been in a warehouse full of dust and mold, and just having it running is just pumping out all this. Oh, my whole studio just stinks of a warehouse and mold. So I don't know what I'm gonna do long term. I think it's mostly in the case. So might try and salvage the parts, but yeah, it's just, my God, it just stinks in here. Okay, we've got to try Crysis, right? Okay, so this game was released 1 year after this card. So let's say, you know, year 2006, you lashed out, got the best graphics card you could, and then they released Crysis. These frame rates are insane 2000s. But let's see what happens when we get in the game. Okay, let's have a look. You know what? We'll go for maybe like a 720p type of resolution and see how it handles that. Here we go. So 1280 by 720. All settings are on medium. That's fine. We'll leave that as it is. Unbelievable. It's going to make me watch the whole trailer for the game that I'm just about to play. And for some reason, it's not letting me skip. Okay, I'm finally in the game. Yes. And the frame rate doesn't look too bad, does it? Look at that. Again, 30s. Okay, so look at this. Frame rates aren't too bad. Not too bad, given that, you know, this is Crysis. But the visually, this looks stunning. Very nice. Yeah, look at the water. The way it renders the water. Really nice. The reflections, very nice. I can't wait to see that sunrise. Here we go. That amazing sunrise. Okay, looking pretty good. I mean, the frame rate looks pretty low, but it doesn't feel it. To be honest, it's fairly responsive. It feels better than that number reflects, I feel. Okay, let's go get ourselves into a firefight. Yeah, look at that. Looks pretty good. Pretty good. Yep. Yep. The flare up, they know I'm here. The vehicles are always so good in this game. They're very overpowered. Once you get one of these, you're nice and protected, and you've got a heavy caliber machine gun to do some damage with. Yeah, it looks pretty good. Look at this. Not bad. Frame rate in the 30. Yeah, 30. Dare I say 30s? I'm not sure. Mid-20s to mid-30s, let's say that. But it looks pretty good. You know, any other card that was launched the year before would have been bogged right down with this game. So it's pretty respectful. Looking good. Very happy with this. This is awesome. Very nice. So there it is. Honestly, it's amazing to see this thing come back after 20 years, you know, most of it in storage. And it's like catching up with an old friend. I completely forgot I even built this thing, but you know, it really shows you the quality of the hardware. You know, running Racedriver GRID and Crysis, games that were released, you know, a year or two after this hardware was. So it really hangs in there and then does play them pretty well. So that is pretty cool. It just shows you that, I guess, if you bought the top range, which obviously was expensive, it really did last you much longer. And all the parts are actually pretty good nicked, just apart from that horrible warehouse smell. Oh my God. But you know, this was sort of 2006. This is very much towards the end of the bad capacitor era, which sort of ended probably in the 2007 and onwards. So all the caps are pretty good. Yeah, it's been great to bring this system full circle back to life and give it a second life. So I've got a lot of plans for this. This is great hardware. Not sure what I'm going to do with this case. Like I said, I just cannot get rid of that smell. It's just noxious. But I am really looking at utilizing these parts to do future system builds. So I hope you enjoyed bringing this back to life with me. It was a lot of fun. If you did, please like and subscribe. If you'd like to support my channel, the links are in the description. Thank you for everybody that does. I really, really do appreciate it. I actually have got another box from a warehouse, which has got a very interesting backstory. So plenty of retro hardware to dig into. Stick around and we'll look at that in a future video. Thank you again for watching. Hope to see you in the next one. Bye-bye.